Hello.
Welcome back, you guys. Thank you for joining us. We're AgeForward Podcast. My name is Sarai.
I'm Asia, aka Asia.
Oh, my bad. I'm Kayode Ogblaya. No, aka just Kayode Ogblaya.
And I'm Trey.
Hey, and thank you guys for coming, man. How are y'all feeling today? Like, what's going on?
I'm pretty good. How about yourself, bro?
I'm tired. I've been working all day, so I am tired.
Yeah, I feel it.
Understandable.
I feel amazing. I just feel lovely, for real.
That's good.
But happy to be here. Definitely happy to be here.
Thank you. Yeah, and thank you
Glad
guys for
to
being
be.
here. Sorry, so you guys, today we have a special guest.
How rude of us.
Unfortunately, our main host, one of our main hosts, Tian, cannot be here with us this month, so we had some fill-in guests, and today we have good friend Trey.
Trey.
What's up, yo? What's up, man? I'm pleased to be here.
Crickets?
I'm over here
Wow.
like she
Really?
gave me some crickets. I'm
Really?
like, damn.
He gave him a cheers.
Well, honestly, you guys have any questions like on why I'm here?
Yeah, like tell us about yourself. Like, please explain why you're here, because I don't know.
You don't know?
How do you
are
know
you?
us? Like,
What do you like to
who
do?
are you?
Right.
Me, well, I'm a YouTuber. I kind of dabble in that area a little bit. I'm kind of trying to keep that boat floating. Right now, I'm a skateboarder. I've been skateboarding since I was 6.
Oh, for sure.
That's crazy.
I was boxing since I was about like 10, but I had to
I
stop
remember
that.
that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What'd you stop?
Okay, maybe that's why
I
I thought
stopped
you
it
did
because I
music,
was
'cause
really
he's a box.
forced into it. It was something that I
Mm.
really
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
have
I
my
do.
heart into. It was
Mhm.
mainly my father. But it's no hostile feelings.
Oh,
at
no,
all.
yeah.
We had to work everything out, of course.
Mhm.
But mainly
Yeah,
it was just
especially
something that
boxing.
I wasn't really fully into, but I took it seriously, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I
ain't trying to get
I
knocked
won
out.
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
actually I did really good in it. I won
Yeah.
championships. I was going out of state
You got
for
the
it,
golden gloves, like
like a few times. Like
Oh, for real?
yeah,
That's
I've done a lot in boxing, but it just wasn't the path for me. I decided to kind of narrow it back into skateboarding. I
Mhm.
believe in 2019, like around the time when COVID started.
for
back.
sure.
Like when COVID started
Makes
back.
sense.
when
Yep,
COVID
it's like
started.
Makes
it
a
was,
lot of sense.
It was meant for you to
You know, like
down back
it
to
was a movement,
skateboarding.
you know, like
Yep.
something that really
Yeah,
made
it got
me,
a lot of people
you
back
know?
outside, too.
It did.
Mhm.
It really
That's
did.
one thing I like about
Because around the
Yeah.
time, that was when everybody had the mask on and nobody was really going outside.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
it was like barely any skate parks open, but they had a skate park open down the street from my
Uh-huh.
house. So I was like, yeah, I might as
Mm.
well just try to kind
Right.
of get back
That's
into
crazy.
it, you know?
That's
And it kind of
crazy.
motivated me
Exactly.
into doing other things around the aspect
For
of
sure.
skateboarding, you know, like starting a brand, you know. I'm
Mhm.
actually still looking into that
For
as
sure.
of right now, you know.
That's
That's
really
what's
What
up.
type of
Yeah.
brand do you want to start?
I actually want to start a streetwear brand, you know.
Fire. I'll be wearing it.
Yeah,
Man,
I'll
Right.
support
like,
you.
I like abstract clothing, you know,
For sure.
Definitely.
honestly.
No, that's kind of crazy that you mentioned that because you made me realize, like, when COVID happened, I started going back to the skate park, too, because my
You know?
brother, growing up, that's all I did, skateboarded. My brother was supposed to go to some place called Camp Woodward, like,
I
it's
know
a
exactly
whole,
what you're
like,
talking about. My
skateboard
cousin
camp.
was
Like,
actually on
we
there
go
before.
all over the place, skate lab,
Yeah.
Pedlo skate park,
That's dope.
anywhere
That's
skateboarding.
super
So that's
dope, bro.
crazy.
Honestly, bro, that's
Well,
really cool.
Thank you for joining us. I'm really
I
excited for you to
really
be
am
here.
Glad to be here. Thank
Thank
you
you.
guys for having me.
Of course, of course. But I want to introduce the episode. Today we're going to be talking about a lot of different topics, but I wanted to touch on the Selena and Haley drama, whatever's going on with that. I wanted to, you know, it's relevant right now, so I feel like it's important for us to discuss. So we're going to be talking about that. Also, we're going to be talking about the importance of friendship and the people you hang around. We're going to be talking about how we stay motivated. We're going to be talking about manipulation and just toxic people in general. So
Yeah, I got a lot to
Mm.
say on that. A lot to say on that.
So let's get into it. I wanted to start off with our random facts. I've been waiting to tell you guys this
Yeah,
all
you
day.
need to start first.
Like, just
Right.
go
Because
Because
ahead.
now
y'all-
I'm
Go
actually
ahead.
invested. I want to know what it is.
Almost grab some popcorn.
Yeah.
So you guys, okay, I commented on this video about J. Cole on
Mhm.
TikTok, right?
Mhm.
So riddle me this: did y'all know J. Cole was biracial?
Yes.
Yeah.
So all of you guys knew that.
You didn't know J. Cole was
didn't?
biracial?
No.
Hey, so this
Well,
whole
she
time we've been
should.
waiting
J.
for
Cole
this,
is
bro.
biracial.
I
I
was
didn't
waiting
know-
for that.
We
So did
waited
you know?
for this.
So did you guys know he had a white mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
He talks about it in a lot of his
A
songs.
lot of people were
especially if
saying
you,
that.
Okay.
If you listen
I'm
to
not
Forest Hills
tripping.
Drive, yeah, he was talking about how there's one song where he's I can't remember the lyrics. Don't hate me. I'm a huge Cole fan, but I don't
Mhm.
remember the lyrics.
Right.
But he talks about how his dad couldn't wait to bring home
A
his white mom
Mexican.
or him and his brother and whatever, something like that,
Mhm.
something along the line like that. But yeah,
Wow,
He
but
talks about a lot
that
of
really
songs.
that really blew my mind, and not that I cared or anything, but it was more so like, wow, like it really took me for a surprise, and it was just a lot of the different comments I got. I'm gonna share some of them with you guys because I found them. Really
they
funny.
was going in on you.
They were going in on me. First, people were calling me stupid. Like, have you ever listened to any J. Cole song? And I'm just like, I love J. Cole.
That's
I
messed
never
up.
heard him say anything like that. And also, it was people just like, nobody's 100% black. That's his color. And I'm just thinking like, that's cap.
That's full cast.
That's actually not true.
I really,
but-
that's why I
not.
really didn't know. It's just, I really just didn't know. I was ignorant
Okay.
of that.
No,
I
there was a
didn't know he
song that he has called Apparently. Well, there's a music video, and in the music video, he shows his mom. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know
I'm
that.
not really much of a J. Cole fan, honestly.
Yeah.
Really?
I
But you
love
knew
J.
that?
Cole.
Like I knew it because
That's
like
insane.
there's some things that are just a little obvious, you know. Like you can
But
just
that
kinda-
wasn't that was
You
not
can-
obvious to
you
me.
can just
Nah,
kinda
you
see
rubbed
it.
me the wrong way. You're not a J. Cole fan.
No, like
I ain't
I've
got
listened
nothing
to
to
a
say to
few.
you for the rest of the
Hey, come on! I've listened to a
He-
few
he-
songs. Don't
he
get
was
me
one of the
wrong, but it's
commenters.
just like I'm not really.
Right,
you know,
right.
it's just not really
Side
my
eye.
preference in music.
So, what's some of y'all random facts? Since my random fact wasn't that random.
All right, I've been meaning to tell Asia this. For...
Wait, let me
Since-
introduce my random fact first then because it'll lead into yours.
Okay, go ahead. Go
How
ahead.
do you
Okay.
know his?
Y'all
So-
know you don't.
No, she doesn't know mine.
I
but-
don't know, but I know it's about mine. So my random fact is that I tried Cowhead for the first time because lovely, I'm not gonna say her name. We'll call her Miss C. Gave me some Cowhead, and I was like, "This is delicious." It was tender, it was juicy, it was yummy, and so I bought some more today, and it was
I can
delicious.
add on to that. That it was really good.
It was good.
Really? I'm
It was
willing to try
fire.
it then. I'm willing to try it.
Nah.
I was a little scared.
What's your fun fact? Since you're
They
so
only
excited to say it.
Grass.
Who?
Cow.
Oh no, I'm saying I was off put because I have a Nigerian auntie who used to leave that in my
Oh.
fridge.
Oh, really?
Make sure you're right. So, like,
Yeah.
Make
no.
sure you're right.
so, like,
That's
boy.
scary.
Yeah, I went in my fridge to
Alright.
look for food, seen a cow head sitting there.
There's not a for sure percentage on it, but the majority of your brain is made of a fat.
Yes, I was
So
eating
you just ate like
heck
a
of
whole
fat.
brain.
That's why it was so soft.
Oh, you ate cow brain?
Head.
But all right.
Kayode, what's your random fact?
My random fact,
That
which
was
I never
delicious, by
really
the
thought
way.
about. This is biblical, but people, I never really knew that the Holy Spirit was a person. It was, and it's described as the Paraclete, which that's the Holy Spirit's name, the Paraclete, and it means something that is with you, that walks beside you, an advocate, an adversary, something that speaks for you. And I didn't know that. Like I did not know that that's what the Holy Spirit was.
I didn't
Well,
know
it
that
makes
either.
sense now when I'm like going back and I'm reading through scripture, and that's why you have a relationship with the Holy Spirit, just like you have a relationship with God and Jesus. Like it's a Trinity, and there's different levels of relationship with each one of them. But I
Right.
did not know that the Holy Spirit was like literally a thing, and it was like beside you. That's why. Yeah. There's so much that I could go on, but this is not about the Holy Spirit. The podcast is not about that. But that was one random fact that kind of like blew my mind as I was like watching different sermons and like studying my
That's not
Bible
what
this
I
week
think.
and like doing all sorts of things. I was like, what the heck? Like I didn't know. And my dad was like, kind of basic knowledge. Like, just get in
Really?
your Bible. Yeah.
That's dope.
what
Yeah,
he
for real.
said.
Get in your Bible.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, that's cool. Like that got me in a new translation of the Bible, or
Wow.
dumbed back down, not dumbed down, but original
Okay.
language, so that I'd have to go and read and study my Bible for real, like different
Right.
terms that I didn't know. So that's how I found out.
Definitely. So, I wanted to get into this Selena and Haley mess. What do y'all know about it? I should start with you. I feel like you know a lot.
You
Honestly,
know a
Just
lot
because-
about it?
No, just because he did research.
I did research because me and her, we talked about it a little bit, not
Yeah.
too much, but we just touched on the topic a little
I'm
bit.
completely in the dark.
Honestly, I feel like it's mainly Selena like getting bullied in a sense,
For
you know,
sure.
because everybody they're just like it's Haley, Justin Bieber, and they even threw Kylie Jenner in the mix. So like
Mhm.
it's just a whole bunch of like powerful people playing with each other, you know, like but only one person's is really only one person's one person is actually getting like tormented for it,
Really?
you know? Yeah.
I've never seen
Selena.
nothing of Selena. I've never seen nobody say
Like-
nothing about Selena because anytime I see it on the internet,
They're kind of trying to
It's like-
slow it down a little bit because like they're realizing that they're kind of just antagonizing one person. They're realizing it's
Right.
one-sided. They're like,
Really?
yeah, bro, that's not okay.
because everybody looks at Justin Bieber's wife as like annoying. Like
Mhm.
anytime I see something on the internet,
you know,
it's someone
Nobody
saying I've never
likes
seen
her.
something. She's
But that's why-
that's my
Nobody
point. Like
does,
everybody's on
Nobody.
her case, and I don't really be. I'm off the internet. I don't really
I don't
care
like
about
Kylie
these
Jenner
people.
either,
I'm not gonna
though.
lie.
I
don't really care
about these people,
in it, but I
but
just decided, hey,
when
let
I'm
me,
looking at
let
it,
me try to dive.
I
in a
don't
little
be
bit.
seeing her say nothing, which is why I probably don't know.
Mhm.
But everybody's on her back. Like I seen somebody stitch one of her videos where it had nothing to do with nobody, and she was like, "Nobody cares," and then started going off on her about something completely different.
Cause she's
Like,
annoying. Like you're
they
so
just go
rude.
off on
And
her.
I heard that she wanted to be Selena Gomez anyways. Like she copied her tattoos and everything.
Yep.
Like this
Are
girl
you
is a
serious?
weird.
I
did not hear anything
I saw
about that
she
at
like
all.
she has
I
like
didn't.
identical tattoos, and there supposedly means other things, but it's just too much to where it like, come on, it's not always a coincidence.
And I don't like.
It's like
Kylie
there was
Jenner.
video. Remember we saw videos of
Okay,
her
okay.
copying her speech.
Yes.
Like that was weird.
they were copying each other.
How
Yeah.
I don't
young
know
was
why.
she when this was going on?
Huh?
How old is she?
I have no clue.
We have no.
And
clue.
how young was she when the videos were like?
I had
made?
no,
It's all
but she did
pretty-
used to be a fangirl back in the day before
Yeah.
she got with Justin, and she was also a fan of their relationship.
Didn't she lie on somebody's show? I don't know if it was Jimmy Fallon and said that she wasn't a believer.
I don't know.
What?
Because I know,
I
like,
didn't
if she
hear
was a
anything
kid,
about
And
I'm
then I
sorry.
heard
If she
that
was a kid, there's
Kylie
so
Jenner
many-
and her
That's
had the
true.
same
Yeah.
amount of followers. Selena Gomez and Kylie Jenner, and
Mm.
Selena Gomez was finna beat Kylie Jenner, and so I follow Selena Gomez because I don't like Kylie Jenner, and she beat her by like 7 million more followers.
Oh, I wait.
Are you talking
we
about
did see
you
something
said
about
that?
didn't we?
or that's how you feel, or that's what she said?
That's
About
what happened.
That's what happened.
Kylie was.
No, I was completely lost. So I got lost in what you were saying.
Kylie Jenner was upset
She was
that
the
she,
highest followed
she had
person.
on Instagram the highest followed person on Instagram, and now Selena Gomez is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, right
no,
now?
she's the highest woman. Let's
Woman,
put
yeah,
that
the
in the
man
mix,
is
okay?
who is it?
Well, I don't know.
It's a soccer player, right?
Probably
Mm.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Or
Yeah,
something.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
It probably
Is
is.
it?
I mean, don't quote me on that, but it probably is. Like,
I'm not.
he's like one of the most famous soccer, probably the most famous soccer players because of
After
you know
World
who
Cup,
Speed is.
I mean, you
like,
probably wouldn't be wrong, bro.
yeah, because of
honestly.
Speed. Speed is always talking about
You know,
him. So,
so
I mean,
like that
Yeah.
publicity right there is already enough, right? You know,
Right.
that's a huge
It
platform.
definitely felt like a
It's a
little
huge
PR
one.
stunt, kind of.
I don't
We're too
know
old.
what's going on. Yeah, it has to be something. I don't know what's going on with them, but I just feel like if
It's
it is the
slander.
way that it
none of
is-
it's real.
you don't think
None
so?
of it can be real because
No,
why?
I
every
don't
time
think. Well, they
their
don't have the time
buzz
for all
starts
of
to
this.
die
They don't
down,
even
they do
manage their own
something.
social medias.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel like a lot
So,
of it is
so we're
the
so we're gonna
the
play on
fans
the theory
putting.
that I have. It's just a publicity stunt.
I
That's really what it
believe
is.
so.
You know?
Banter keeps
Like-
them relevant, especially when they're
Right.
not doing anything.
Mhm.
I'm not saying Selena Gomez is not doing anything. Like, but I mean,
I mean,
as a regular person, I don't know what she does on the
a
regular.
lot
or
of
what
people
she
have just
really
been
does.
talking about what
So-
they're gonna put out though. So like,
Yeah, it
it
just
kind of
keeps-
is. It kind of keeps them relevant.
Yeah,
in
it
their
keeps
lives, you know,
people
like,
around.
Does it not?
Mhm.
Banter.
That's for sure.
but-
It is. We weren't talking about them like a few weeks ago.
We weren't at
Right.
all. But
So
now we're
they-
all
it's
interested
all-
in their,
Whenever
like,
their buzz
I never
dies
was.
down, they need to
I
bring
wasn't-
it back
I
up.
never
So they
was.
I
beef
was
with each
not
other.
sitting
Of
here
course,
talking
never
about this
talking
right
about
now,
it.
to
but
get some
until
buzz.
I
like,
just
it
wouldn't
actually
want to be
started getting
known,
into
or I
awareness.
just
For
wouldn't
banter.
want. Yeah,
You know,
for
for no
drama.
reason.
Man,
It's
but-
not all PR is good PR. Like,
Definitely.
not
But
everybody's trying to be known
But the
for.
saying, people like attention, whether it's good or bad, is true because
Mhm.
even if you're getting bad attention, you're going to get paid for getting that bad attention.
For sure.
Right.
So people,
That's what I was explaining to you earlier.
people
No,
don't.
I don't want that.
Definitely.
I don't want
Like,
that.
I
negative
don't want
either.
bad publicity.
I don't
but
want
like
no
sometimes
nothing
it comes
negative
with
around
the
my
good
name.
publicity that you have. You know,
Yeah.
like,
Right.
Oh, I mean, that's a whole nother topic.
every
People-
platform can get shaky.
Everybody,
you know, like,
everybody's under a microscope, and everybody
Right.
has an opinion about something. So,
For real.
Right.
I mean, there always be.
So I feel like with that being said, and like just negative things, what keeps y'all motivated in like day to day?
My motivation, I don't think something particularly keeps me motivated because motivation dies down after a certain
Mhm.
amount of
Mhm.
time. I think I've just developed discipline for like
Okay.
what I do, and I know that my discipline is going to pay off because I'm not always motivated. Like, I
Okay.
have to go and run hills tomorrow.
Mhm.
There's nothing in my
Nothing fun
body
about
that
that.
makes me like, oh, let's go do. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm gonna get there and run the hills.
But
I still
I
don't
don't
wanna
want to
do it.
do it.
Right.
But I know
listen
what
to
I
music?
want to do, what I gotta do in order to get to where I want to go is not a I have to do or I want to do or whatever. It's I need to do this. Like it's
Yeah.
a
Right.
need. This is
Right.
necessity in order to get to where I want. So I don't think that's motivation. It's just a discipline and a severity, realizing the severity of my situation to, all right, I'm gonna do this whether I like it or not, and we'll see where the dust settles at the end of this, but I'm gonna just keep going and doing whatever.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think something that
That's straight.
definitely made me regain motivation because I didn't have it much was that I felt like I didn't really know what love was because I wasn't loving myself as much as I was loving other people. So I feel like if you really love yourself, you'll go do this for yourself.
Mhm.
You feel me? If you really love yourself, you'll be motivated for yourself enough to go out and get what you want, you know? So I felt like I didn't, even though I said I loved myself, I didn't because I wasn't doing for myself as much
Yeah.
as I needed to. So that's what is keeping me more motivated right now. And it's working. So yeah.
Yay.
For sure.
Honestly, my motivation right now, it's kind of shaky. Like you said, you know, it can go from this place to this place, and then sometimes it's gone completely.
Right.
So mainly, I've been figuring out how to find motivation between myself. Like, I choose to wake up and I'll figure out how to get out of bed to go skateboard. You know, because sometimes it's hard to get out of bed. You know,
yeah.
like mental health, it's a real serious problem. You know, and I don't feel like people talk about it enough. You know, so
They don't.
honestly, my motivation really comes from skateboarding. That's like the best thing that keeps me sane.
Mm.
Like if I didn't have skateboarding, I wouldn't be here. You know, like
Right.
it's
It's a
something that
big part
keeps
of
me
your life,
pushing.
right.
You know, it's something
Yeah.
that keeps me pushing. Like sometimes when I'm able to just land something, it's like this satisfaction.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
an
for
art.
sure.
Like,
It's
yeah,
an
for sure.
art for
you
real.
know,
Sure.
like it's my art form. You know,
Right.
like and it's provided me some type of feeling that I can move my art to here. You know, like I can actually become an artist in clothing. You know, I can actually
Right.
do art. You know, like I can draw now. You know, anything. Like I just got to put my mind to it. You know,
Exactly. Like
so
how
it
I'm
just
doing
made me
with
so
skateboarding.
much more optimistic. You know, like because I didn't have
sure.
that at once. You know, but now it's actually kind of shifting my mindset from somewhere it was. I was in a dark place, you know, but now it's kind of the mood's
It's-
kind of lightening
right.
up a little
Yeah,
bit.
for
You
sure.
know,
It's good.
you know.
Yeah, for sure. What
Honestly.
about you?
I would say my family and friends keep me motivated because if I didn't have them, I probably would have given up. But my siblings truly because like I want to be an example to them. I have a few younger siblings and I want them to look up to me and like like my sister's doing like she kept going, you know. I want them to be able to have a great example of that. So that keeps me motivated.
For sure.
All right, that's good.
Oh, I wanted to double back. Also, another thing that's kept me motivated and disciplined, staying in my Bible. Because when I lack
Staying
consistency,
in your faith.
when I lack
for sure.
consistency and that, I notice everything around
changes
me going
shifts,
crazy. Like my discipline
facts
gone,
Mhm.
my focus gone. Like,
Mhm.
and it also helps me to understand that life is also bigger than me.
Yes.
And so like I get open and I'm able to do a lot more and
Mhm.
I
help
felt that
everybody
for
around
sure.
me, like especially with my family and love people. Like
Mhm.
that's
That's
one
true.
thing I've been
Dang,
doing.
that really hit me.
It's really hard.
Because I
just like
haven't been staying like I haven't been journaling much
for sure.
or none of that, and it feels like stuff is starting to shift
Yeah.
already.
No, for sure.
So
Yeah,
That's
that
true.
and I've been
Drawing
thinking
yesterday
about it
for
like
the
I
first
need to get back into it. So you saying
Yeah.
that just confirmed that
For
I
sure.
do.
Yeah,
For sure.
I've been
Really
doing like
do.
a
That's
lot of
amazing.
character
I
studies.
I barely
felt
got back
that.
into
for
this
that
Right.
stuff recently.
Yeah.
That's
Honestly.
very
I gotta get
true.
into it.
I feel like lately for me, I
Wow.
actually have been praying a lot more, and I have been seeing immediate change. I've been seeing God
Yeah.
answer my prayers right away,
Mhm.
Yeah,
like
I
literally,
always
and I'm
pray,
like,
but
wow,
yeah.
like the shift of me praying every day, or like you know, just me getting closer to Him, like the way He's just working immediately, it's just
Mhm.
amazing.
Man.
Yeah,
So you just
and
have to build that
I
relationship.
like how you mentioned love earlier because that's something I've been studying. Like,
Mhm.
okay, love, like okay, love is patient, love is kind, or whatever the scriptures,
Mhm.
but also seeing it in action. I've
Yeah.
been doing like character
Yep.
studies on Jesus and like how he was loving and
Mhm.
the importance that he placed on certain areas of life and not to be so religious rather than being religious, loving people a lot more. And that's really why we're here. So
Definitely.
I've been
Right.
focusing on that. And that's also transcended my attitude and how I think, and also how my immediate reaction is to certain things. So
So I
that
have a
I don't
question
stay
for you,
negative.
Kayode.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you feel like, because what you just said made me want to ask this question, do you feel like you can be religious and be a bad person and still fall under the category of being religious?
You definitely can. You said religious and be a bad person?
Like a
Well, I
horrible
mean,
person. You saying all this, but
you
you're
can, because your outward. Well, I have so many scriptures, but I'm not gonna open my phone right now.
Yeah.
But your outward, what you do outwardly, doesn't reflect who you are on the inside.
Mhm.
And Jesus also talks about that. I think it's in Matthew, because they were talking about they're talking about food, but it wasn't about food. It's talking about what you put in, and what you put out or whatever. It's ultimately what you put out. And so, yeah, you can be religious. That's why Jesus had so many problems with the Pharisees,
Mhm.
within the Bible, because they were always talking about tradition, 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 but their heart wasn't there. They
Mhm.
weren't loving. They weren't there to actually
Okay.
be there for people. They were religious. They focused on things that weren't God and just tradition and culture. And culture is different from love. You can have a culture, and the culture that you've established can be completely wrong.
Right.
So yeah, I definitely do, because there's so many different people who lead churches and are
Right.
pastors, but behind closed doors, they're doing craziness, and their
Right.
life is they're living a double life.
So do you feel sorry, I keep asking you questions, but do you feel like that's true religion or is that like just a facade?
Well, I don't think Jesus. Well, I'm a Christian, or I say Christ follower. I don't even say Christian.
Right.
I don't think Jesus came here to create religion. That's not what he came here to.
Mhm.
He came here to create a connection. That's why
Okay.
in the Bible he talks about breaking down tradition.
Right.
You don't have to do this anymore. You don't have to do this anymore. If you look at all the people who followed Jesus, you have murderers, you have
Definitely.
tax
Right.
collectors who were looked at as
Prostitutes.
prostitutes, all sorts of different
People
people
that were all
who
deemed horrible people.
followed him and came around him. That's another thing. We talk about religion and Christianity and da 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 da.
Okay.
Jesus says people will know you by your fruits.
Definitely.
A lot of the reason why there's a problem with Christianity and we talk about religion is because there isn't anything tantalizing about religion, because religion says, and culture within religion says, do this, do this, do this, rules, rules, rules. You're
Mhm.
not good enough. God doesn't love you. Jesus came here and said,
Mhm.
actually, you all fall short of the glory
Okay.
of God,
Mhm.
which is why I died for you all. So
Definitely.
Right. Because I
here's
do
a
love
connection
you.
Okay.
because I do love you. And that's why I gave up my life for you. And I think religion, it makes everything so tainted, and there's so many different ways we
Yeah,
could go
it
with
does
that.
for
But
sure.
And
Because
I
it
want
makes you
to
try to
add
follow a
something to
rule
that.
book.
I was gonna say, like, also, like, you can't judge people. It's not up to us to judge people. God judges us, and He judges us based on our heart. So even if we are doing
Right.
things like you said,
Mhm.
like, none of that matters. Even if you're doing a bunch of good things,
Mhm.
God doesn't look at that. You can be doing everything you want. You still won't go to heaven.
yeah,
If
Because
you don't-
looked at
your
by
heart
your
really
works.
isn't
If
in
your
it. You're
heart,
just
Real
doing
life.
you're
it
just
because
doing
It's
it
a
because
posture.
you want him to see it, and
See,
you want him
right.
It's heart posture, yeah, for sure.
exactly.
Yeah, no, that's another thing. Like, there's so much stuff
There is.
within that, because culture. You look at religion. Religion says, religion is very manipulative, and that's one
Mhm.
thing we're going to touch on.
Yep.
Religion's
Okay, so how do you
manipulative.
feel about church not having tax from the state and stuff like that?
Churches not being taxed from the state. Well, churches are a nonprofit. That's one thing.
Mhm.
So the way in which they get their money is, I don't really think too much about that. I'm not gonna lie to you,
Mhm.
but I do know churches are a nonprofit. So the way in which they get their money is hard. Some churches are not as big as some
Right.
churches,
Mhm.
and there are a lot of churches out there that really aren't making money and really don't have the
Definitely.
members to keep afloat.
So you know how you said that religion was something that was made up? I personally believe that religion was something that was made up and church comes along with it to help pay those people who made up the religion. Because like how you said, if God didn't come here for it to make religion, God came here to, I don't believe in God, but God came here to serve us and do all that stuff that you were saying. So if they're not taking taxes, don't you think they're getting more money? Even though some may not be
Well-
big, but
Well,
they're
the
getting
church-
paid from that.
We own a nonprofit, my family. So the way a nonprofit works, you have members and people who have to work for the nonprofit.
Yeah, I've
they
worked
still
for a
have to
nonprofit
be,
before.
yeah, they still have to be paid, right? When it comes to a congregation and people serving a community, people who are actually serving a community, right? So there's certain churches that I actually 100% agree on, and they get money, but they're also putting out a large amount of money
Yes,
for certain
that's
people, right?
good.
Mhm.
So in terms of people, where there are people, there is imperfection, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
And a lot of the times I think we get caught up in, And this is why religion is a problem and why people look at Christians like, which is what I was talking about your fruit. Religion says, oh, be perfect, be this, this. And then you have people who are so caught up on religion that they don't love, and then they manipulate others. And then they give God a bad rep, which, I mean, you don't even really need to speak for God because God doesn't need you to speak for him. He's God, right? And so they give God a bad rep to other people because they're preaching a false sense of God through their religion, because religion is man's attempt to make sense of what God can do on his own, right? And so these people stand there, flex whatever they have in order to manipulate other people, and then it's negative fruit. Apart from me, there's no fruit. Apart from the vine, there's nothing can be birthed. So that's how you can know who's really doing what and who's not, because you can see by their fruit. A lot of those people, nothing about them says, I want to come, I want to follow you, and I want to be a part of this. And yeah, so in terms of the church thing and manipulation with money, you can tell. It's something you can tell.
And honestly,
and I don't disagree with anyone who looks at those people who are making money and manipulating the system and other people coming in, because it makes sense. It's a reoccurring theme that we've seen over time. Something called the Protestant Reformation with this dude named Martin Luther back a long time ago in the Roman Catholic Church. He exposed this a long time ago when it came to pardons. Churches were doing these things called pardons, like, hey, you sign this, you give money, and we'll forgive you of your sin. That's not how it works. You've already been forgiven of sins. So that's another thing that we
blasphemous.
see. Yeah, that's another thing that we see in churches today. So
I was just gonna say, when it comes to churches too, like, you can't all put them in a category, because honestly, if real people that believe in God, they believe that, you know, a building is not a church, the people are the church. So that's the thing.
People are the church.
I honestly believe that is how Black people feel. I've been to a white church. I don't know if y'all have, but I have. I've been to a Black church. You can feel the family in a Black church. You feel me? You don't feel that in non-Black church. I'm not gonna say all non-Black churches,
not all of them, because some of them,
you don't feel that in those type of churches. It's totally a different. We're staying there all day because we do feel like family. How long do you feel at a Black church?
That's true. Forever.
A long time. Then they're gonna feed you after. You feel me? And so they don't have that.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so.
Well, I think that's also a problem too. Like segregation within churches. That's another thing. There's segregation within churches.
That's true.
But there had to be.
No, yeah, there did.
There
did have to be.
Not anymore.
No, I definitely agree. I go to a church that's it's very mixed. Like there's Mexicans, there's like Salvadorians, there's white people, there's Black people. There's anything you look for, they're there. Like at my church, and that's one thing that I do like about it, and that's how it should be, because the church. Us as Americans, we have such a Western mindset, like the church, the American. We think of it. The church are the people. In Matthew, it says, it's a parable, but God told his servants, go out and invite my guests to the dinner. People went out. He said that other people went to attend to their flock. Other people killed the servants. Other people attended to their business. This has to do with his chosen people, Israel, right? They didn't really pay attention to what he had to say. So he sent Jesus, and he said, okay, you guys go out there and stand on the street corners and invite everyone. The church is the world. Everyone. Right. Anyone can be a part of the church. Everyone is supposed to be a part of the church. Everybody's invited. Right. But that's the problem that we have now. People see it as a building, and a lot of us within America see it as capitalism, money, within whatever we're doing right now. So yeah,
I mean, but it is capitalism. At the end of the day, it's capitalism.
Change the mood
for sure.
Do only men cheat?
We know that's false.
That is,
we know that's false.
Know. But I just
I have so many.
I feel like people
I can
are so caught up in
stories.
thinking that women are so sensitive that they have to like be this, that's to cheat. Like, what if a woman just wants to cheat?
No, because people, that's what it's manipulation also. People are like, oh, that's so BS. I'm sorry. Yeah. Like, people will be like, oh, he wasn't there for me and da-da-da. It's not cheating. Like, it's cheating. You're an adult. You made a conscious decision. You made a conscious decision to cheat. Like, okay, like, no.
Rather have that person hurt over you not wanting to be with them than you sitting there cheating in their face. Now you're finna get karma because you decided you wanted to cheat.
Why reap you sow? So,
yep.
I
mean, you really reap what you sow. Yeah. What goes up must come down, and it'll come back around.
Gravity.
That's why, I don't do anything negatively towards anybody else. But continuing with that, let's talk about toxic people. How do you feel about toxic people Trey, or like, is there any like toxic situation, like a story you could tell us that happened, like a toxic with friends
honestly,
or relationship?
Toxicity is around everywhere, you know, like we can like look around the corner and it's right there, you know. So
you look for something, you'll find it.
I got a story.
You know,
you look for it, you'll find it.
So let me think a little bit. Let me think back. Do I have a story to tell? You can go, and I'll come back to me. Come back to me.
Okay, so this is one of the craziest things I've been through in my life, which is why I'm telling it, because it was toxic. And I don't do toxic. I got anxiety. I can't do all of that. Y'all can keep it. I don't want it. But I got into it. So basically, there was this girl I was going out with, and she knew everything about me, like where I lived, the car my mama drive, the people I didn't like. And she took that and she used it and made an account of this girl that I wasn't cool with at the time, basically pretending to be that girl's girlfriend. She threatened to kill me. She called me the N-word, and she told me to hang myself because that's why I didn't like the girl before.
This is a person that you were
in a relationship with.
Why was she trying to tear you down?
Because she's crazy.
That's crazy.
But yeah. So I was like, oh, I don't even live she was basically threatening to kill me. I was like, I don't even live out here no more.
She's sick.
Yes, I'm like,
somebody you're in a relationship with, you're trying to like play like you're somebody else to kill
that's
them.
So weird. She
Wait,
was like,
were y'all at good standings at that time?
Yes,
right.
Yes. It was so weird. And she was on the phone with me while she was texting. I was wondering why she was so quiet. Like she was being quiet, and then after it, she just hung up. So she was like, oh,
why? Did you ever? What was the reason?
Listen. I was like, listen, I'm gonna tell the story. I was like, okay, how do you know where I live? Then she put my street address. I'm like, huh? And then I'm like, how do you know I live? And then she was like, I seen you out with your mom. Mind you, I had went out with my mom to take a COVID test. I was like, okay, what color is my car? She was like, yellow. Mind you, I had told her that my mom got a brand new yellow car, like literally. And then
I feel like
that's why you can't be getting them noticed.
At the end of it, she was like,
car?
Nobody's gonna kill you and your people. But it started a whole big thing with my family, and it was just horrible. But I have remembered her saying "you people" because a couple of days later she had said it to me. Mm-hmm. So one time I went to Airbnb with her, and something told me to go through her phone. I went through her phone, and I went through her deleted pictures, and on her deleted pictures was a profile picture of the picture that was on the profile picture of the account. And it was edited. I was like, what the fuck? Mind you, a couple of days before we was watching I Am Zoe.
No, I was laughing because you was like this.
We was watching I Am Zoe, and he had got something from a weed company called Yummy Haze. Why was the account called Yummy Blaze? Yes. Crazy, toxic.
That's scary. Honestly, I feel, can I tell you what I feel about? Because I'm really good at reading people in situations. So this is what I got from that. I felt like she probably liked like the way you reacted about things. So she wanted to play with you to see how you would react. She probably wanted to get a reaction out of you. That's what I feel like, which is really
Some
weird.
people just don't thrive in healthy
they don't like
environments. They just need
want
toxicity.
to be toxic.
Yeah.
And that is so weird. Like, you're weird.
What was that one video?
You're weird.
Violence. Oh, violence. Yeah.
Man, people need it. People thrive off of it. And you're weird. If you see this, I'm sorry, but you're weird. And that's just that.
No, I feel the same way. I have my whole.
I have a toxic situation to tell y'all about.
I'll let you go.
So I'm not gonna say any names, but
I'm gonna say names.
I'm not. They're not relevant people. But after my boyfriend passed away, there was this boy that I used to talk to back in high school, like back when we were like 14, like young high school stuff, right? So when my boyfriend passed away, mind you, he's still friends with my boyfriend. Like he was like a friend, like mutual friend with him. So around my boyfriend's passing, his girlfriend, I guess she had like some type of problem with me or something. So the day after his funeral, she texted me this long paragraph, basically like, "Stay away from my man. I hate you," or not I hate you, but like just like really mean things. Like I mean, I know
Shorty, nobody got time for you
she's
right
like,
now.
I know it's the day after his funeral, but but stay away from my man or I'll beat you up and just stuff like that. And I'm just like, girl, do you think I'm thinking about you right now?
Nobody is thinking about you.
And I'm just like, you just felt so much like bad energy that you really felt the need to text me something like that. And
she texted you a whole paragraph?
A long paragraph of just
how much time
evilness.
Out of your day do you have to do that?
Man, you know,
that's
your
really,
boyfriend the day just after.
And then mind you, she was at the funeral.
Think about it.
You should probably thank her.
So she could have said it to you at the funeral.
You should have thanked her based off the fact that she'd spent that much time just for you.
Man, it's flattering.
That's flattering.
And never give nobody a reaction to that because that's exactly what they want.
I reacted, but I was hurt. I was just hurt hurt because I'm like, the audacity of this person.
How much do you have
Like,
to
you
have?
really
I
think
low-key
I
would've
care
replied with
about
thank
that
you
right now? And I'm
in the
really
heart.
like dying inside. Like, that was just like the ultimate. Like, you
Sorry.
just hate me, but you're jealous and hate me for no reason.
Yeah, no, that's
'Cause-
wild.
Toxic.
That's wild.
Toxic people.
For a boy that
You
I
just-
for
you
a
just
boy that I've
rejogged my
been
memory.
had and don't
Go
want.
ahead.
It
Come
made
on.
me remember how these two things link. So I'm gonna just go up. My last relationship, it has nothing to do with her. She cool. Still cool to this day. But she had an ex. Weirdo. I never met him in my life. So once we started dating and that found out he used to stalk her, she blocked him on everything. This dude made a fake account to like say stuff to me and was threatening me, threatening my life, saying stuff to her. I was like, bro, I don't even know you. Like, we were
Right.
laughing. He was making
Immature as
TikToks with
heck.
guns, threatening me. I was like, bro,
TikToks
you're
with
making
guns?
TikToks about a dude you've never met. Like, I was like, you're lame. Like, we was going back and forth.
That you don't
Then he
even know
showed
them.
up to
He
our
made
scrimmage, our
videos.
football scrimmage, because he was friends with one of my teammates. He was looking at me, didn't even know, like, he was about to get jumped. Like, there were so many people who were looking at him, whatever.
Mm-mm.
Weirdness, right? That happens. He's being a weirdo. He's Nigerian. Make one phone call to his family. That was
Right.
gone. Bro crying on the phone, all sorts of weirdness, right?
I'm dead.
So this is I'm not even close to done with the story, right? Our relationship progresses or whatever. I go to Arizona. I have a cousin who lives out there. We make music for 5 hours. We're on the phone. I'm like, yo, when are we dropping this? I get back home. When are we dropping the music? He's like, what made you think I was going to drop the music with you? Being we on some weird stuff. I'm like, you around people? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like, just showing out for people, right?
Mhm.
I post my snippet of the music on Instagram. He tries to claim my music as his. Sends people to my comments saying
cousin?
we're yes. I block him. Like, we have a whole fallout, whatever. I block him. We're done, right? My girlfriend's a hair braider.
Mhm.
He needs his hair braided. Him and I are not cool. He hits me to get in contact with her for hair appointments. He hits her up about a hair appointment. Being weird. I'm like, no, I don't feel good about this. I was like, nah.
Right.
Him and I aren't even cool. Do not go over there. She's like, why? Like, blah, blah, blah. I need money right now. And I was like, I'll send you money. Don't go over there. I just feel something weird about it. Right? Time goes on. Whatever. Him and I are not talking. Then I start seeing her ex and him together. My cousin together. I'm like, bro, I told you like how bro threatened to kill me. We're really not cool, right? I realized they were trying to set my girlfriend up. He was rooming with her ex, and he was already a weirdo. They both were rooming together, and I just had a
That's
bad
crazy.
feeling. I didn't know, but they were roommates. They became roommates,
That's
and she was finna
crazy.
go up there and braid his hair while bro was in the other room. So I was like,
What?
nah. I was like, y'all are just weird. I
That's
was like,
insane.
you
And for
as
him
my
to be
cousin to do
family
something like
is
that,
crazy.
I'll never talk to you again.
Yeah.
And then he was already a goofy. Like, so I was like, I ain't gonna say nothing to him. But yeah, people are toxic.
Weird.
That's
People
weird.
are toxic. They toxicity, but I dodged
How do
it.
y'all feel about toxicity in your 20s, like versus your teens?
I feel like it was a lot. Actually, I'm lying. It's stay petty.
It was a
I-
little bit more petty back then. But
Yeah.
I feel like it
Yeah, I
was
was-
because we were so based off of just like drama. Like we love drama.
I didn't.
Like,
Right.
I hated it.
you hated it, but it was always at your door.
I was
Yes.
a little,
Why?
I was a little
Because
different.
So you got
loved
used
it.
to
No.
it. No,
I never loved it.
Nah.
A little bit of drama is good for me. Not,
See
not
what I'm
my
saying?
own.
See what I'm
but
saying?
Yeah,
But
not
that's what
somebody
he's talking
else's.
about. Yeah, no.
That's like
I was
people,
never
like
like that,
crave
though.
like a little bit of drama, and like that's
It
like,
makes, because everybody needs a little bit of variety.
you don't.
Like,
you
I
don't,
feel like you need a bit of variety.
now
I
that you're
love
older,
looking at
do you
T
not
pages.
feel like you deserve peace?
I
instead
have
of like,
peace,
okay,
which is why I'm okay with drama.
okay,
So,
but still like that. Like
you could
kinda
bring as much drama
disrupts
to me.
other
I'ma
people's
still
peace,
have
maybe,
peace within me.
You know,
And I feel like, you feel me?
I'm just
I
saying.
stay peaceful.
Nah,
Least
I
I'm
never.
just
But
saying.
you don't
never
want to
did
disrupt
drama.
other people's peace.
No, I
because
wouldn't
you're
disrupt
peaceful,
no one's
you know?
peace.
I
would
just don't.
try to help them
I
gain
don't. The reason why I
theirs.
don't like drama, and I never did.
Mhm.
Well, I was focused. I've always been focused. I don't know how, or my parents love them. Ade, Ogblaya, Lisa Ogblaya. Sorry for calling you by your governments.
Aw.
I'm your son. Appreciate y'all for the way you raised me. But
Mm.
I never really cared for drama. Like, I was always focused on what I had to do for myself. And that was fun to me. Like, football. Okay, I want to see, I'm going to look at these people, whatever, what they're doing. That's what I want to emulate and follow. Then I had a healthy dose of God and everything that my parents instilled into me. That's what I was around.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up now, I really have no time for it. I'm like, bro, I'm struggling. I'm trying to go to school. I'm trying to play
Right.
football. I'm trying to get my career started. I'm trying to make money. I don't care about what you're doing.
Definitely.
That's why I got the Shade Room and all these different accounts on Instagram blocked
Blocked.
because I don't.
You have to
What is
block
the
them.
point of
Really?
seeing black people struggle against each
That's
other?
true.
you got to be sick to get off to see a bunch of black people struggling and talking bad on each other. Like, I don't want to see
The
that.
shade
It's
room comments are
Yeah.
always disgusting. Like
negative about women and men. I'm
negative
like,
all the
oh.
time. They be bashing transgender people, gay people, fat people, black people, orange people, yellow people. They're so
You be
negative.
whatever, you're gonna
and
get it.
Man,
Like-
you're gonna get it. Like even if you're doing something good,
They even
you're
be
gonna get it.
disrespecting my refrigerators, bro.
They what?
Mhm.
Disrespected the
My
refrigerator?
refrigerators.
Your
They're-
refrigerators?
Yeah, those are my people.
What?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I was just.
What do you mean?
No, I'm like, what do you
I
mean?
was going hand in hand with what she was saying.
Oh,
black,
I'm
like,
slow.
Oh.
I'm slow.
I'm a
I'm
refrigerator.
slow. I
bro.
realized that
Yes.
you was talking about.
That's
Yeah.
my, you know.
Yeah.
Yo,
We can't-
refrigerator?
It was a corny
Sorry.
joke, but I get you. No, I
He
get
always
you.
had
I get you.
grandpa
I get you. I
jokes.
get
It's so
you.
He
corny
always had
that
grandpa
it
jokes.
made you
It
think.
took a
you know?
second. It took a second.
I love how
Yeah.
you kept going with it though and didn't give up. Man, hold on.
Hey,
Hey,
it had
it's
to,
all
bro,
good.
like,
Not a-
I
not-
got a dap for that, but that's like
Go
that was a
away.
good joke. That was
Man,
a good
that's-
joke.
But,
we need to switch seats.
For real.
Okay, so question for y'all. Let's get into our fashion segment. Who's the best player in the NBA?
Best dress player?
Oh,
Like, best dress.
Yeah,
Like,
sorry,
No,
not
I'm
best
playing with you.
player.
I'm playing with you. I'm
Best.
playing
not
with you.
best player because y'all know who I'm gonna say, Jalen Green, of course. But
Jalen Green's the best player?
player to me personally, my opinion.
Oh, okay.
It's in my opinion. I know y'all probably say LeBron or
Okay.
something.
No, I don't even like LeBron. He's
Oh.
pretty good, but
Uh,
I'm not
Oh.
gonna say nothing because I'm not finna argue with y'all either
Okay,
about
okay,
that.
yeah. Let's not start.
Like,
We're
yeah.
getting to a bigger point, but best dressed player in the NBA.
me personally, I'm gonna go with Kyrie. I like
Okay,
Kyrie's
and
fits.
why?
He has like this, like it's like a chic kind of flow, but
Okay,
it's more so like it's what's his name? I think it's J. Cole, maybe.
okay.
That style, like, it's not grungy because grungy
You
is
know,
a different
it's
thing.
like
but it's more like
I call it
nonchalant.
Chill,
Like,
I call it
yeah,
bummy.
it's-
I just call it
Mhm.
bummy.
That's what he
Yeah.
was saying to me
Nonchalant
earlier.
bummy.
It's very
It's like,
nonchalant.
It's not bummy because it's a real fly. But
yeah,
like, that's just the only way you can really dumb it down and make
Mhm.
it seem like, yeah, bro, that's
To
his style,
explain
you know?
it to somebody, yeah.
Mhm.
for
no,
sure.
I definitely agree with
I
you.
agree. That's dope. That's
You
fly.
know? But I have like it's like I don't know. There's two different types of people, you know. It's
Mhm.
like sometimes I like his style, and then sometimes I
Yeah.
like maybe like a Jason Tatum, you know. But there's
Okay.
only sometimes I like his fits, you know. Like
Yeah,
sometimes he has off fits, you know.
yeah. Like, I
completely, you know,
feel
like,
you. I have like a spectrum of
you
stuff
know,
that I like.
Right.
I'm
so,
like, yeah, no, he's take that off, bro.
yeah.
know, like,
for
type
sure.
of thing,
Take
you
that
know,
off,
like-
dude.
like,
You're
It's
not doing it.
working.
You're not cutting it right
You're
now.
not,
It's
bro,
not
like-
giving what it's supposed to have
I
gave.
don't see it. Like,
Um,
you shouldn't be wearing
Take
that
it
today.
off.
You shouldn't be
Personally,
wearing that today.
Take it
at
off.
all.
take it
Come on.
off. Personally, mine is Kyle
Kuzma?
Kuzma.
Kyle Kuzma.
He really be dressing for real. It's a little different, but I do like.
Very. No, just
but I do like that.
his
big
girlfriend's
thing
Winnie, so
that
like,
Yeah, she's a
Winnie
model, so that's
Harlow?
why he be dressed
Yeah.
like that.
Oh,
Yes.
he be dressed.
Yes,
in-
he be dressed
Oh,
real
Yes,
stop
fashion.
playing.
yeah, I seen him at.
He
Actual
up there?
fashion, yeah, actual fashion.
He on the camera.
I seen him at my
Wasn't expecting
my
that
other
one.
cousin's freaking what's it called? Baby shower.
He was at
Yeah.
your cousin's baby shower.
Yeah, Winnie and him were there. It was crazy, but
What
And
was he wearing though? Was he like fly?
I didn't care.
So he was like,
Okay.
damn.
I was like, the reason the Lakers is losing. So
Oh.
I was just playing.
Ooh,
You got
shots
traded.
fired.
No, I'm just playing.
But oh yeah, I'm gonna
Oh.
tell y'all. My best dress is Shy Gilius Alexander. Shay. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry, bro, but you are so fly. If you see this, you're so fly. I like the way he dresses. I like the way he dressed at All Star.
Ooh.
Ooh, that looks good too. I like that. I like that suit. Like, I just feel like he's just super like, I don't know, fresh. Like, it's giving me New York vibes because New York people be having like,
Yeah,
they just be really putting it on, but it be different. Like, he brought a mink coat out to the All Star game. Like,
Stop playing.
stop playing.
He said,
and he
"I
got
am
an
the
all leather
star."
fit too. You showed me that
Yeah.
was fire
Yeah.
too. So shout out to him. He could dress.
yeah. I think me personally, I mean, it's hard to say, but I'll just give like two. I like Kyrie the way he dresses
I'm
because
telling
like
you,
sometimes
he
I
low-key
just
is
like
fly,
to dress
bro.
like that. But then Kelly Oubre or Oubre, however you want to say his name.
I think it's
There's
Uber.
actually really a bunch of different players that I like. Because like I said, the way I dress is like on a spectrum. I wear all sorts of
I'm
different
telling
things.
you,
If you go to
son,
my
you
social
could
media
name a lot
page,
of
you'll see
players.
I wear all sorts of different clothes.
Mhm.
So yeah, I like the type of clothing he
Oh, he's
has.
fly.
Like
Oh, I
Really,
oh
like,
yeah, he's fire. I've
yeah.
seen him.
yeah, it's like streetwear, but also like
Fashion.
yeah, fashion,
I
like
don't know
higher
why I
fashion,
looked-
like
Yeah,
different
high
things.
fashion.
Like I
I
Travis
love
like
that.
I like that type of stuff. I like higher fashion and then streetwear, stuff like that. It's pretty dope.
Definitely.
I like his shoes.
Yeah, I really like fashion. That's something I've been getting into a lot
Yeah,
recently.
me too. Lately.
Having like a lot of different friends who are doing stuff in the fashion industry, and
That's
then
dope. That's dope.
I always get like ads on Instagram. That's
Killing
really
my
my
pockets
pockets too.
What
Yeah.
started
because I'll
me.
see stuff and I'm like, you know what? Nobody has that. Let me go buy it real
Yep.
quick. Put it on. Nobody will know what it is. I'm not
Exactly.
gonna
Bro,
tell.
what is that? Where'd you get that from?
You
all
like
it's like,
Instagram ads?
you
You
know?
use them for reals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Some
I've
of the
never
ads
used
I
one
get
of
like
them.
for these clothing. So I mean, these people know what they're doing when it comes to
Right.
actually
Promotion, PR.
investing in the
That's
PR
good.
because
Definitely.
yeah, for sure.
Lately though, I've only just been getting food, bro.
For real?
Like they have not been showing me any like.
I
Oh, like
just
the new
bought some
thing, the
black bean
substitute to
noodles.
fresh or
The
whatever
ones,
it is.
yes, I'm so
Yeah.
excited about them. I just bought some black bean noodles and I'm gonna eat them
Sounds
tomorrow,
good.
and I'm hecka excited.
Y'all making me hungry. I can't wait to eat.
I'm hungry too.
No.
I ain't eating.
But last thing I want to ask y'all about, or just mention, I don't know if y'all heard about the Summer Walker Lil Uzi thing.
Bro,
Summer
that's
Walker
a dilemma
responding
right there. It's
to Lil
looking
Uzi.
weird.
Basically, Lil Uzi had said something like, "Make a city girl worship Satan" or something. And then Summer Walker was basically just saying like, I don't know why people just openly just think it's okay to rap and speak about demon encounters. Like first of all,
Yeah.
like that stuff is actually real, which it is. It's actually very real. And it's
Yeah, I
like
got
a
a
lot
lot
of
to
people
say on
don't
that.
understand the
Hey.
severity in that. She's just like, she just wished everybody, God bless everybody. I just want everybody to be.
Uh-huh.
You know?
The funny thing about that, people who I mean, I know there's people who don't believe in God, don't believe in Satan.
Hmm.
But for people who I do, I know it's real. It's not I
Definitely.
believe, because believe means there's doubt.
Yeah.
I know
Mhm.
that stuff is real. For someone, the misconception is people think that Satan is the opposite of God.
Mhm.
When God created Satan, they think that
Right.
they're equal. Satan is not
Definitely.
equal, and even in the Bible, if you're a
Right.
Satan worshiper, at least know some context or precursor.
Mhm.
Satan has his fate is sealed, which
Do
is
you
why
know what
he's
I
trying to
heard?
bring you with him.
Everybody with
I
him,
heard
yeah.
that Satan worshiping Satan isn't what people think it is. I heard that it means like
I don't know nothing about worship.
I heard. Well, I'm
I'm being
sure.
honest.
I heard that it means like you just think of yourself as the All High. That's what a Satan worshiper said themselves.
Well, yeah,
Mm.
anything
So,
that's against God or
they're not
of
doing
God
like the
is
devil,
dishonoring
but
him.
they feel like they are their own God. It's not about so he's probably saying
Well,
make a
Satan-
city girl worship himself.
Well,
There's different perspectives that
He
you
said-
can
I-
go
I
on.
know-
It wasn't
I
like
know-
that, though.
I know
The way
But
he
he said it.
Satan,
It was
Yeah.
it was
She
more
loves
provocative,
him.
bro.
He said Satan.
I
No,
know
He
that
said
was-
Satan.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the way he
if,
said it,
if you're
like,
saying Satan worshiper, then that's how Satan people.
have you heard
Satan is
any of
Satan.
Lil Uzi Vert's songs, like in the way he just carries himself as a person?
I
Like,
also
it's a
know-
very
Definitely-
demonic. It's
Yeah.
a very
I've seen
demonic
something on
flow,
Twitter
you know,
that said
like-
people are worried
But
about
that's
his
the thing.
religious,
That's
and he
what
was wearing
Satan-
red, and then he had stuff in his eyes.
Yeah,
So maybe
And there's
yes.
been a lot
But
of
what
like
more can we
conspiracies,
expect from
just, like-
people in this industry?
I
though?
get what
But
you're saying,
at
but-
the
What
same
more can
time,
we
that's what
expect from
Satan
them?
want. If you realize, why did Satan get kicked out of heaven? He
He
wanted
wanted
to
to be
have
God.
more attention on himself.
Yes. So
He
that's
wanted that's what I'm saying. He wanted more of the attention to be on himself. He said, I deserve more. He wanted more attention being brought on himself because he's proud and prideful. If you look at anything that is considered sinful or boastful or arrogance, what does it do? It brings more attention on you and brings it out of the glory of God and different things. That's what it really is. Like worshiping Satan, yes, it's bringing pride on yourself and doing certain things. When it talks about, because you could do stuff like that, and yes, that's horrible. Obviously, the only unforgivable sin, which it talks about in the Bible, is making people believe that God is horrible,
Yeah.
that God
Mhm.
is bad. That's called blasphemy. That's the one forgivable sin. If you preach against God being good or a good person or a just God or loving God, and he's like, I don't forgive you for that because that's not who I am, and you're advocating. And also, teachers are held on a much higher standard because you're supposed to know.
Mhm.
And if you're false prophesying and you're talking incorrectly,
Mhm.
then I'm going to judge you because you
how do
chose
we
to
know
speak
what is
out.
correct though? Like,
It's
because
all
as a
word.
person,
Everything's on a
I
spectrum.
'Cause
don't-
if you
yeah,
follow
everything
something-
is on a spectrum.
But if you know,
technically,
knowing something and preaching against it,
but how do you know
That's
for
why.
sure? What in your mind makes you? I'm not saying this in a rude way, but I want to know. Like, I genuinely want to know what in your mind makes you know for sure that this is real. Like, what in
It's
your
a
mind makes
feeling.
you
You have like personal encounters with God.
So
I've
what
had
about people that
multiple.
have different feelings?
but what about people who
It's-
make plans for what they're going to do later in life or later in the day and don't know what's going to go on? You
Mhm.
don't know.
Right.
But
Right. Okay.
you feel me?
It's a
Like,
belief.
It's a belief system, And also,
But in your heart, you feel like
people,
you know.
Yes.
if you feel you know, and you've been through certain things, the reason why I know, or I feel I know, not even feel, I know. I said that to be politically correct, but no. The reason why I know is because what I've been through in my life, certain things I've seen, like that I cannot explain, physical things that I've seen that I can't explain, that I'm not even going to get into.
Right.
And also,
I know.
me being in a coma and having out of body experiences,
Right.
and seeing people around me walking around and
In a different
explaining
light, you know?
to my parents what I saw, and they're like, "How did you see that? You were asleep." And also, when I flatlined, talking about different experience of having an encounter of a dream, but I didn't have any dreams while I was in a coma.
Mhm.
But I had one dream, and I explained it where I'm walking in a forest and it's crazy, and I hear a voice that scared me, but it wasn't scary as in I'm scared what's going to do. It's a respectful fear telling me like, no, stop moving. So I was walking, stop, not your time, sunk into darkness. And that's what in the Bible it explains also as when you die, there is no in waiting, there is no nothing. It's nothingness, and there's nothing there until whatever happens. Which is why also when they talk about demons and frequencies, and why do you think they use frequency? And you say people have frequencies, and they use frequency to measure spirits. Because spirits tap into frequencies. When people say, "Oh, I saw,"
they're on a different frequency than us.
Right.
Did you? Because what they call there's frequencies. That's what they tap into frequencies in order to manipulate people and misguide people, and that's why. That's another thing. I got off topic.
Well,
but yeah,
I'm gonna
He's
wrap.
like, hey,
I'm gonna wrap
I
up
gave you what
after
you
this,
needed.
but I wanted to say this last thing that for me, like today, for example, I was listening to gospel music and I like randomly like got emotional when I was talking about just like the love that like we have for Jesus, and I just know that's how I know it's a feeling like that. It doesn't even come from me. Like it just brought this emotion, and I'm just like that. Like the love that we have for Him and that He has for us is so real, and it's there. And when I felt it, it just made me tear
and
up.
once you know what that means, like
right.
when you know what love, that's one thing why I'm happy I'm growing as a person, and I've been through some trash stuff, and I'm also growing as a result, because when I found out what that love meant, I was like, oh shoot, like that's real love. I've never felt this before, and it's giving me a much higher appreciation for my faith, who I'm following, and for others,
Knowing
and what I'm supposed to do.
Knowing
because
something cares about you that much enough to
it says the kingdom's in us all. Kingdom's in us all. We're made in His image.
Facts.
I'm loving you. I'm loving God. I'm loving you. I'm loving God. I'm loving you. I'm loving God. People around. That's what I'm here to do. So yeah,
that's so true. Okay, you guys. That is gonna wrap up this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Sarai again.
Asia, aka Age of Asian.
Kayode.
I'm Trey.
And I want to say thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for coming.
I appreciate you guys for having me.
Thank you, Trey.
Love
It's
ya.
been really
If y'all don't know, Trey has
awesome.
been my good friend since I've been a little kid. We have met. He had met right on a trip, an HBCU trip. It was so fun.
It was so much
We
fun.
was bad,
It
but
was
we had a
really,
blast
really
on that
fun.
trip.
Lucky.
Yeah, it was
It was
lit.
amazing,
wish
and
I
it was
could go
free,
with-
y'all.
What?
Free.
Yeah,
completely free.
Yeah.
No, it
Food,
wasn't
we
free
was
because
in-
we
It was
were
weird
going
homeschool.
everywhere.
Yeah.
I was going everywhere at least.
But
you know.
yeah, that
I
will
went to
wrap
New
it up.
York.
You guys can watch us on all
Times Square.
platforms. AgeForward podcast on all platforms: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Deuces. See y'all
Bye.
later. Peace.